At SHOT Show 2026, we hit every knife booth on the floor, but the most important stop wasn't about buying knives, it was about keeping them sharp. Because the reality is, even a $500 knife becomes a $20 gas station blade the moment that it dulls. So we tracked down Steve at the WorkSharp booth where he showed us how to bring any edge back to factory sharpness in just minutes. We're talking about pocket knives, kitchen knives, and even some other blade grinds that are a bit more difficult to approach. And if you want to go even deeper, WorkSharp has full tutorials on their channel. The link is in the description along with where to grab these sharpeners on our site. So let's get into it.
So as you turn this knob, you can see the indicator moving, but you can also see this pulley moving. That's what's changing the angle here.
Okay.
Indicators right here. So if you want to sharpen something 20 degrees, you set it right there.
A little bit down here, don't change it because we're
going to turn it on. Now you can adjust your speeds depending on what you're doing and what you're comfortable with. Use this reference plate, gives you a horizontal reference to this section of the belt. Now we just hold the knife horizontal. Come up and follow the curve of the knife. Build that burr up. We also, people aren't comfortable moving from here to here. They feel like they're going to lose that reference there.
That's like one of those things where you measure something and you're like...
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Put your hands here and you're walking along. So we made this platform where you could raise it, and now you can use that. So now all it is you come out and drop down. But it makes it a little bit easier. There's not quite as much movement, and it gives people a lot more confidence. If you guys are looking at doing in-house sharpening, go to YouTube, look up WorkSharp. It's called the WorkShop. We've got over 100 videos in there. We'll run you through there. I'm in a bunch of them. Kyle over here, he's the main face of it all.
Right.
He'll show you how to use these things, tips and tricks on them, how to repair chips. One of the videos, I took a loosed-off paring knife, stuck it in a vise, and snapped the tip of it off, and then come in here and regrind and fix the tip on it. You never tell that thing was ever broke.
That's great. Yeah.
I've fixed it. I couldn't tell you how many pocket knife tips, chips, and stuff I've fixed at these shows. So it's really versatile, and there's so many different things you can do with it too. So somebody brings you in, say they're kitchen knives. Move that pulley all the way up. It shortens the distance between centers on here and stiffens that belt up a little bit. So you get, because when you sharpen on a belt, you're always going to get a little bit of convex, right? Because that belt's going to bend in.
Yeah.
So you get a convex edge. Well, on a little thin kitchen knife, I don't want a big convex on there. So I move this up and it helps stiffen the belt up a little bit. Normal pocket knives, hunting knives, I'll bring it out here because it's got a little bit bigger bevel to it, and I want a little bit more convex. And if somebody brings in like their BK9 camp chopper thing that's a 1/4 inch thick, I drop it all the way down here, or if I'm doing an axe, sharpening an axe or something on there.
Okay.
Yeah. So another way to customize it, it comes with full sets of abrasives, everything from 120, and it goes into Norax, Norton's Norax, and an X65, an X22, X4, and then all the way down to 12,000 grit, which doesn't even feel like an abrasive. It's just so
That's
smooth.
like, yeah, that's crazy.
But one of my favorite edges that I put on my hunting knives, my pocket knives, is I'll jump from this 120 to a 12,000 grit. So I'll build the burr up over here and then remove it with this. It leaves a really nice toothy edge in there. It's still hair shaven sharp, but it just, for cutting like fuel line or twine or rope or any of that kind of stuff or meat, it just works great, especially for hunting, like skinning things and breaking down deer or elk. It works great. But for my kitchen knives, I'll run it through all of those belts because I want something a little bit more refined, so you get better cuts, especially if you're doing something delicate. Some of the fruits and veggies can get kind of soft, or fish. You just want that nice cut to make it look a little better. Yeah.
Like, can you do like scissors and everything on this?
You can do scissors with this attachment. Okay. So we have a little piece right here. We got scissors in there. So scissors, you would put the fine belt on here. So you're either going to use the X4 or you're going to use the 6,000 grit that goes on here. You'll put that on, and then this little ramp right here.
Ah, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Just open your scissors. You lay them right down in there.
Nice.
Then you would power it and just pull your scissors through on them.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
I wouldn't do high-end shears, like hair cutting.
Yeah. Like barbers and all that.
Those are really expensive, and they have a completely different design.
Okay.
These work good for your normal kitchen shears, scissors, stuff like that to get you back to like push cut and wrapping paper and that type of thing.
So how does the process change if you're doing a serrated?
Serrated knives.
Serrated?
So you got serrated?
Mine's serrated.
Show you how we do that.
Because everyone always talks about like.
Is this how you get your knife sharpened?
No, I'm genuinely
Oh,
no.
sharpen your knife. You've been doing it all day.
Well, it does need to be sharpened, but no, like I'm genuinely asking because like we always have people who are like
scared about this.
they don't want to buy a serrated. Not they want one, but they don't want to buy it because they're afraid to sharpen.
They don't want to send it off to be sharpened.
Yeah. And it's honest. If you're going to do the sharpening service, you're going to get asked about serrations. 100%. We get asked every day we're at these shows how to do them. If I can get the belt on there, there we go. So, what we end up doing.
And that's the really fine one,
This is the
right?
12,000 here.
Okay.
So, serrations are always going to be ground into one side, and they're flat on the other side, right? Mm-hmm. So, when they fail, they'll roll over to the flat side, and you'll end up with little burrs on that. You can feel a little bit right there. You can feel how it kind of catches your finger just a little bit. You can feel kind of stuff sticking up there. So never grind on the ground inside. So if you do, you're just going to grind your serrations away, unless that's your intention, which I've done that for people. What we're going to do is we're going to put
They're always going to go on the back.
So you're basically like pushing them back.
we're going to go in there and we're going to remove those burrs. And as flexible as this belt is, see how, as I'm pushing across, you can see the light changing on it? As flexible as this belt is, it's going to follow the curves of these. And it's going to go in and it's going to hit the tips and the bellies. So we're going to come in. You don't want to come in too steep. So like before, I was telling you, hold it horizontal. For serrations, you want to come in fairly flat.
Okay.
Not so flat that you grind all the way up the side of it. We're going to come in and we're just going to be very lightly. And come all the way across. Now, if you look at the back side, you can see all those little tips polished
It's
up.
smooth, yeah.
I always use a little fat part of my finger right there to just kind of barely touch it. And you can feel it grabbing. So it restores all those little tips and gets down inside the bellies of them.
And it doesn't take much to.
No, and this thing,
It's crazy.
You can sit there and grind on that thing for an hour and it's not going to remove your serrations, being just how fine this thing is. So it does not take much at all for this thing to come in.
Yeah.
It's the abrasive in here is silicon carbide. Silicon carbide, really durable, really sharp.
That's crazy.
It works really fast. That's why we chose these belts for our finishing belts. So we can make those big jumps, like I was saying, from 120 to 12,000.
Yeah.
That's my everyday carry.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's a quick way to get in there and touch people's serrations up.
Very
Or
cool.
touch my own up.
That took no effort either. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for explaining that because I've always wondered that too.
That's in the video also.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a ton of them on there. Like I said, it's on the workshop.
On YouTube.
Yeah, go to YouTube, look for, I think it's WorkSharp Outdoors, or WorkSharp Tools. And it'll lead you over to the workshop, and there's a bunch of them in there. Some of them are silly.
We love silly.
Yeah, it's something.
We built our company on silly.
Yeah.
You gotta have fun once in a while.
Like, we sell knives, right? Like it has to be fun.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's why I love these shows. But yeah, there's a ton of information on there. And then if you have questions, call our customer service. We do everything in Ashland, Oregon. Our customer service sits about 20 feet from me. I'm the product line manager. Like I said, I've designed products for the company. I've been there for 28 years.
Nice.
So if you can stump our really good customer service, they send it over to me. I give them the answer, or I just
You don't get
or
stumped.
I-
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
we'll figure it out.
Awesome.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for taking the time. I appreciate it. Yeah.
No, that's what we're here for, man. We love doing this stuff.
I needed some education.
Appreciate you guys taking on our products.